What? But he's supposed to be gone. What is this? Hi, I'm Mason the Brock Henderson. This is Flash Season 2, Episode 10, Potential Energy. Yeah, that was kind of a confusing ending. It will be explained, but that was the one thing that kind of stood out in this episode. We do have a few cliche moments in this. We've got the son who... father-son thing, that they haven't been together, and so the son despises the dad because he wasn't there for his life, and he's rebelling, and blah, blah, blah. We've seen this many times. I've seen this many times. Whew. So yeah, that was pretty much played out almost how I expected it, except we didn't quite get a resolution. We just kind of got a moment where they both accepted, look, this is weird. Let's just, whatever, start over. We don't have to do this. So, they didn't fix it in this episode, but it does kind of feel like they accepted each other in a way. Anyways, we've also got the cliche where Barry is feeling like he needs to open up to Patty because these lies, they're affecting their relationship. He might lose her if he doesn't open up to her and stuff. And before he gets the chance to, sure enough, oh, I'm taking a job elsewhere. It's been done before, and I hate it whenever they do it. I hate it whenever they do this storyline, because it's like, this doesn't happen in real life. It's so coincidental how these moments where I finally figured out what I need to do all of a sudden turns into I was too late by like 3 minutes. If I had just talked to them 3 minutes before, it could have been different. It just... I don't like this cliche at all. So I was really disappointed that they did this. And you can kind of tell, too. Because you have a moment where he's deciding, should I tell her, should I not? You've got some people saying, oh, well, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. If it's hurting your relationship, then go ahead. Harrison Wells is like, don't do it if you truly love her. And then you have a moment where these lies really affect her. Because she just gets to a point where she can't take it anymore. She feels like things are about to get better, and then all of a sudden, no, it's not getting better. You see her with a piece of paper saying, like, Metro City or whatever. You could tell she's taking a job elsewhere. It was scripted, the entire episode. That's all I can think is that, oh, she's taking a job elsewhere. He's not going to get a chance to tell her. This is all playing out exactly how I expected to. It just, I don't know. It was a bit frustrating. However, there are good moments in this. One, we see Harrison Wells, who he really is. He is somebody who deeply cares for his daughter and will do anything to protect her. That final scene where he is making the log, whatever, and he's recording himself, and he starts telling this story about how it was the first time he and his daughter really went anywhere crowded because he was so worried about being in crowds and possibility of losing his daughter. Excuse you, it's my dog. But so he's telling this story, and he starts talking about how at that moment he realized that there was a dark side of him that would do anything to protect her. And as he's saying this, you see him like going to the pipeline and getting Turtle and just sticking this thing up his nose and I guess pulling out a piece of his brain, maybe? I don't know exactly what he grabbed, but it looked painful. I don't know if Turtle's dead now, but it was a moment where you're just like, wow, he really will do anything. Once again, I'm kind of in a moment where I don't know whether to root for him or say stay away. They did such a good job of making me question, go back and forth, like, is he good, is he bad? Can I trust him, can I not trust him? And now it's not even really can you trust him, it's is he a good guy, or is he kind of like an anti-hero, somebody who's willing to do bad things for good reasons? Um, Kind of leaning towards that a bit more. So very interesting to see that side of him. We've also got Jay Garrick is apparently sick now, out of nowhere. I don't know what caused Caitlin to suddenly like search his DNA or whatever. Um, but she takes his DNA off the champagne glass and then tests it, and apparently he's terminally sick, and unless he gets his flash powers back, he's going to die. Once again, all I can think is, didn't he get his flash powers back whenever Harrison Wells gave him the thing, and for some reason he still doesn't want them back? Like, I don't get that. See, this is like the one thing that's just sticking out to me. It's like, why would you not want to get your flash powers back? You had them back, and he's just like, no, take this stuff out of me. Why? Because it's Harrison Wells. Dude, swallow your pride. Get your flash powers back. So yeah, that was, I don't know. It kind of feels like it was thrown in there so we have another reason to care about Jay, and I really don't that much. I don't know. Just nothing about him makes me think, oh yeah, he's a great guy. Like, he just seemed a little bit suspicious from the very beginning, just the way he came in out of nowhere and like helping Barry or whatever. It seemed very forced, and like he forced. If they had just happened to see him spying on them, it would have been one thing. But he like walks into their place and is just like, "Hey, I'm Jay Garrick. I'm here to help you." So I don't really trust him. So yeah, that's another part of the story that is just slowly going somewhere, and I'm still not sure where, but it's interesting to follow. And overall, this episode is a fairly interesting one. Just there are cliches in it that are bothering me. I don't like to see the whole father-son trying to reconnect after not really being a part of each other's lives. I don't like seeing the one part of the couple is hiding stuff that is trying to protect the other person in the in the relationship, and then now they are like, okay, I'll tell them the truth right as this person's deciding I'm done. It's just two cliches in one episode. Kind of bug me. But that doesn't mean it's not a good episode. It's just a good episode that's frustrating. Going forward, though, I feel like we're starting to get into what is the main plot line for this season. Because, you may argue, well, Zoom's the main plot line. Not really. I don't think that is what the season's going to end up being about. I think he's the main villain. I don't think Zoom stealing Flash's powers is all that it's about. I think that's just one part of the bigger story, which is something's going on as far as this whole dimensional thing. Somehow, Eobard Thawne is still alive, despite the fact that Eddie killed himself. So it's like, how is that possible? It's not possible, right? Right? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this dimensional thing is going to become the big problem by the end of the season. It's not going to be about Eobard Thawne. It's not going to be about Zoom. It's not going to be about Jay Garrick or Harrison Wells. This dimensional thing seems to be something that's really starting to cause some problems, to the point where we may end up having another like wormhole or black hole, whatever, that opens up and tries to like, I don't know, too many paradoxes right now. They're crossing dimensions. This isn't good. Anyway, yeah, so just a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of stuff to think about, process. And that's what I like about the show. They do that very well. They give you a lot of things to process and really get you thinking about it and really get the get the wheels turning. So I like this episode. What did you think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe for more of Flash, and I'll see you at the next review. Peace out.